Hello and welcome to my tour of the 2011 Major League Baseball playoffs. Today we will visit the sites for all of the 8 teams that have made the playoffs, and we will visit the ballparks which the games will be played. Starting out, here we are in Philadelphia, Philadelphia Phillies. We're the NL East champions. They play their games at Citizen Bank Ballpark. Philadelphia was probably the favorite going into the tournament, and a lot of people looked at them going back and winning the title again this year. Philadelphia is also where an Arvada West graduate here in Colorado played by the name of Roy Halladay. He has also won 2 Cy Young championships. Next, we'll head over to the Milwaukee Brewers, who play in the NL Central. They were the NL Central champion. They play their games at Miller Park in Milwaukee. They have not been in the playoffs for a number of years. The last time was in 1982 when they made the World Series. At that point, they did lose to the St. Louis Cardinals. So here's a view of the bird's eye view of Miller Park here in Milwaukee. Next, we're going to head over to Arizona and head off to Chase Field. Chase Field down there at the bottom. As you can see, Chase Field is a domed stadium. This is good for, obviously, for Arizona in those hot summer days. We well over the hundreds to play inside in some controlled temperature. Arizona has made numerous trips to the playoffs. They were the NL West champions. Unfortunately for the Rockies, they beat them out this year, and so the Rockies are at home, and Arizona is playing. Here's an outside view, street view of the stadium and Chase Field. Chase Field is also home to the Arizona Cardinals football team. Next, we're going to head out to St. Louis, home of the St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals play at Busch Stadium. They are part of the NL Central, same division as the Brewers. The Cardinals were down 8 games at the beginning of September to the Atlanta Braves for the wild card spot. They came back, and on the last day of the season, they took the lead from the Braves, and they have now entered into the playoffs. They're actually making a pretty good run and have a good shot at maybe winning the whole thing. So that concludes our NL side, the National League side, our 4 teams. And next we will be heading to the American League side. Starting off with the New York Yankees. New York is a staple seems to be in the postseason. They always seem to make it. The Yankees play out of the AL East. They play their games at Yankee Stadium. And the Yankees, year in and year out, have the highest payroll of any other baseball team in the major leagues. So here's a brand new Yankee Stadium. It's only been open for 2 years now. Next, we're going to head over to Detroit and visit the Tiger Stadium, formerly known as we're going to head to Texas. Next is Ameriquest Field in Texas, or they also call it the ballpark at Arlington. The Texas Rangers were the AL West champion, and they are back in the playoffs after visiting the playoffs from last year. Texas Rangers started a franchise. They started in 1971. They've been playing their games here in Texas for that time. As you can hear, my daughter is in the background calling me Mike. Apparently Daddy isn't cool with her. now we're going to head over to Detroit, formerly known as Tiger Stadium. As you can see, they are right next door to Ford Field, where the Detroit Lions play football. So, right next door. And in a minute, we'll go down to a street view. Detroit was the AL Central champions. Here we are on Brush Street. Brush Street's seeing a lot more traffic here than they have seen in a long time, with the Detroit Lions finally having a good team, as well as the Detroit Tigers making it to the playoffs. And to end my tour, would end at the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays are the AL East, or from the AL East, and they won the wild card for the playoffs. They play at Tropicana Field here in Tampa Bay. 3 minutes after Boston lost in the final game of their season, Tampa Bay had a chance to take the lead and win the wild card. So 3 minutes after the Boston game ended, Evan Longoria hit a walk-off home run to send Tampa Bay to the playoffs and make it into the tournament. As you can see, we got a street view of the stadium, and that will conclude my tour of the 2011 Major League Baseball playoffs.